Okay, let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. So last time we did the light herbs for present tense and the lightest herbs for present tense, and we did it pretty quickly because time was running up. So inshallah, we'll just revise this portion and then we'll do some words and some conjugations, inshallah. So let's start with the light herbs for present tense. And one thing that needs to be really clear is that past tenses do not become light or lightest huruf. They will remain as is. There are no conditions. There is only one way to write the past tenses, the way that we did the nasara conjugation. Huwa nasara, huma nasaru, nasara. So that will always be the same no matter if there is any type of harf before it. It remains unaffected, right? But that is not the case for the present tense. The present tense fail does get affected. It has three conditions, and those three conditions are: number one, the normal one, right? Where we did the huwa yansuru. Then you've got this light harf, the light condition. Now in light condition, you see here the word nasiba. This is from nasab. So we know that the light harf, these light huruf, they make the present tense yansuru into, what do they make it to? Anybody?
Nasb.
Yes, so what will I put here at the end?
Yansura.
Yansura, exactly. So we put a fatah here in the Hua version. So instead of yansuru, you will have yansura. And then we discussed the conjugation. Inshallah, we'll discuss it a little while later. And the third condition is the lightest, which is on the other page. We'll go through that as well. So in the lightest condition, what happens to yansuru?
It becomes Yansur.
Yes, it becomes yansur. It becomes majzoom, jazm. This stop sign, this sukoon at the end is also called jazm. And from jazm you have majzoom. So the lightest condition is called majzoom. The present tense is majzoom in Arabic. So these are the three conditions that exist in present tenses. Now, if you see a light harf or a lightest harf, and after that you observe that it's a past tense, then there will be no light or lightest effect on the past tense. Is that clear?
No, actually, I did not get it. Like after present tense, if the past tense comes, like no effect. That
Yeah.
part I did not get it.
Okay. No problem at all. I'll do this on a whiteboard. Just a second, so that this part is as clear as can be. Share right. Okay. So what we did was, here we did yansuru was the normal, right, condition for a present tense, ya beginning
Yeah.
and u ending.
Yes.
Then we said that if, for example, uh, sorry, an comes ayansura, right? This is a light harf. So what it
Yeah.
does is it makes the present tense light,
Yes.
right? This was the
Yes.
normal condition and this was the light condition. And if in came one of the
Lightest half.
lightest harf, yes. So then what would happen?
In the end, it comes with sukun.
Yes, so this is the lightest.
Yansur. Yes.
Now, in all of these, only one thing is common, that they are all present tense, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But if it comes like this, insha Allah, you've got the lightest hurf, right? This is the lightest hurf.
Yes.
But is this a past tense or a present tense?
Past tense.
Past tense. Yeah.
Past tense. Now, in this scenario, this won't be a light past tense.
Yeah. I got it now. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So past tense doesn't change into light or lightest form.
Okay.
Past tense remains in only one form. It's only the present tense that has these changes.
Okay.
And this is very important because throughout the previous weeks, I've had this question many times that people show me an ayah or show me something in Arabic and they say this is the light or lightest hurf, but and of course you see sha'a, the
Yeah.
past tense has a fatha, so they think this is present tense. But for that, it should have been ya here, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ya
Beginning or
beginning.
ta.
And then this in yashallah, then it would have been Ay Yasha'Allah. So again is a for the jazm. So it should have been Ay Yasha'Allah. Then we would have, yes, this is the light version. But because you did not have ya here, so this is just simple past tense.
Okay.
So is this point clear?
Yes. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So I'll just clear this up and we'll do the document. Hmm. Now, what we did last time was that in this conjugation, the light present tense, we did this conjugation, and what happens when present tense becomes light? There are 3 or 4 changes that happen that we need to make. Number one is that wherever you find a dhamma,
Yeah.
you change it into
Kasra.
fatha.
Oh, yeah. Fatah.
Yeah, fatha. That is the first change. So all the 5 words that have fatha at the end will get, sorry, dhamma at the end will get fatha. So
Fatah.
we put fatha instead of
Dhamma.
dhamma. Exactly. This is the first change that happens when we have light harf before
Yeah.
a present tense.
मुझे करे दुखाई का देख बेटा स्क्रीन में लैंग्वेज आप कुरान को मैं उठा लग बैठी थी नीचे नहीं दिख रहे वो
Then
यही चीज है बेटा
you have
ज़ेबा
many
लाइट टेस्ट
other words that have,
यंसुरु तंसुरु
excuse me, yeah, please, if you could
बोल तो
mute
भाई
for a little while because there's a lot of
मुझे
noise.
दुखाई क्या देखो बोल दो जरा
Please mute yourself if you are in a noisy place, please.
Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Then, wherever you find the noon at the end of the present tense, the noon at the end is dropped.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the second change, that wherever you find in the present tense conjugation a word ending in noon, the noon will be dropped.
Okay.
The third thing is that in these two words, the home version and the antum version, masculine, where you have yansuruna, which is home version, and tansuruna, where you have antum version. This is home, this is antum. So what happens is that we know when we make it light, we have to drop the noons at the end, right?
Yeah.
But in these, from the rest, only the noon will drop and you have nothing else to do. But in these two words, you have to, this is a requirement, you have to place an alif at the end.
Yeah.
This alif is very important. And why is it very important? Because when we have an ism like Muslimuna
Yeah.
and we have to make it light, what do?
Like we do Muslimu.
Yes, we drop the noon, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if we did not have this alif, then how would you know that Muslimu and Yansuru,
Yeah. We can't identify it.
whether it's an ism or a fail?
Yeah. Yeah.
So only this alif is there, which makes us know that this word is a fail, while there is no alif here, so this is an ism.
Yes.
So this alif is very important. Do not forget it when dropping the noon from these two words.
And it also make us sure that this is like a heavy version of something.
This is the light version of something, yes.
Yeah, that we can identify it like very easily if we put the alif there.
Yes, that it is fail. Otherwise, we wouldn't know whether it's an
Yeah,
ism or a fail because
or
they'll
fail.
be the same way, right?
Yeah,
And the fourth point is, which I'll write here down, that the hunna and antunna versions remain the same. How? The noon of niswa, the noon of woman, does not get dropped. All the other noons will be dropped, but the hunna and the antunna versions with the noon of niswa, the noon of woman indicating woman, does not get dropped.
yes.
Okay, so we did this last time, but as we're going to do it with passive as well, so I just wanted to go through the points again. So anything in this page that anybody wants to ask any questions about?
I think no.
No. Okay, no problem at all. Then we'll just erase this and move on. And we know that this is a chart that we need to learn, that when we have an, lan, likai, idan, hatta in the beginning before a present tense, then it will be light. These are the
Light.
light huruf. Okay, so now we'll do a few conjugations, inshallah, with these words so that we get used to doing them and used to knowing how to drop the letters and what to remain there and what to drop. So let's do yastakbiru. When this becomes light, what will it be?
Yastakbira.
Yes, excellent. Now, can you do the conjugation, the whole present tense conjugation?
An yastakbira.
Hmm. Just yes, takbira.
Yes.
Can you? The whole
Um,
conjugation, like yes,
yeah.
takbira.
Okay. Like with huwa yastakbira, huma yastakbira, hum yastakbiru, hiya yastakbir, hiya yastakbirat,
Tastakbira.
tastakbira, huma tastakbiru, hunna
Tastakbira.
tastakbira, hunna yastakbirna, anta
Excellent.
anta tastakbira, antuma tastakbira, antum tastakbiru, anti tastakbiri, antuma tastakbira, antunna tastakbirna, ana astakbiru, nahnu
Astakbira.
nastakbiru, astakbira, nahnu nastakbira.
Excellent. Excellent. So the more we do the conjugations, the more those changes will remain in our mind. Okay. Can somebody else do? Let's see. Um. Yata'awanu. What will happen to this word when it's light?
It becomes yata'awana.
Okay, good. Yata'awana. Now can you do the conjugation?
Huwa yata'awana, huma yata'awana, hum yata'awanu,
Hmm.
huma hiya yata'awana, huma yata'awana.
Tata'awan. Hiya is ta.
Huwa
Tata'awana.
هو تتعاون هما تتعاون هم تتعاونوا هي أنت
No, you forgot one line.
oh, yeah.
Here, the here line. Hiya
هي
tata'awana.
تتعاون هما Oh, I'm messing up. Sorry. Anyone else?
No worries, no worries. Let's go back. There's no time limit or this isn't a test. It's just to make us feel comfortable with the conjugation, right?
Yeah.
So inshallah, so even if you have what you can do is just a second, I'll show you. For now, because we are practicing, you can have this chart open, right? And you write the word here, like it's yet or just a second. Yatawana, right? That is the word that we're doing. Yatawana. Okay. Now you've got the whole chart in front of you, so you can go along with this chart.
Yeah. يتعاون هو يتعاون هما يتعاون هم يتعاونوا هي تتعاون هما تتعاون هم يتعاونوا هم
Yata'awanna.
يتعاون
Yes.
أنت
Yeah. Sure, go on.
أنت تتعاون أنت تتعاون أنتما تتعاونا أنتم تتعاونوا أنت تتعاوين
تتعاوني.
أنتم تتعاوني أنتما تتعاونا أنتن أنتم تتعاون
تتعاون.
أنتم تتعاون أنا أتعاون نحن نتعاون
أنا أتعاون.
أنا
The-
أتعاون نحن نتعاون
Yes, this was a little difficult because of the wow. This is weird. So it's okay if you didn't know. What happened was that you have the yata'awana, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the noon of niswa, which is also na. You've got two letters, two noons. So what happens as the start did today was that then you write it together with a shadda.
Yeah.
So it becomes yata'awanna. One is of the root letter. This is the part of the root letter, the part of the word, and this is the noon and niswa that we need to attach to it to make it the hunna version, right?
Right.
So when you have two of the same letters, what we do, we merge them. So this becomes yata'awanna for the hunna version. And what happens here? It becomes tata'awanna. The same thing happens here. Everybody got this? What happened here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
this
Sister
was a little.
Asfia, Sister
Mm-hmm.
Asfia,
Yes, yes.
just can we, just to get that in the light mode, can we first say out loud Yansura version, the whole chart?
Sure, no problem at all.
Yeah, with that, our mind will switch.
Sure, no problem at all. Why don't you go ahead, Fazia? You
Okay, I'll try.
sure.
Yunsura,
No, it's Yansuru.
yeah. See, I wasn't looking, and okay, Bismillah.
No problem.
Yansura,
Hmm.
Yansura, Yansuru. I'm doing cheating, looking at.
No problem at
Okay,
all.
one
This
time
is
I'll
not a
read it,
test.
and then
This is
without
not a
looking.
test. Yes, this is not a
Okay.
test and not
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'll read it one time and then say without looking. Okay.
Inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yansura, Yansuru, Tansura,
No tansura. No dhamma at the
Tansura,
end. Yes.
Tansura, Yansurna,
Hmm.
Tansura, Tansuru, Tansuri, Tansurna. Okay,
Hmm.
let me do it without looking. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
You left two of the words, the last line.
I read and still left. Okay. Tansuri, Tansura, Tansurna. Right?
Yes, and the next line.
Oh, okay. Let me read. I don't know what I did. Yansura, Yansuru,
Hmm.
Tansura, Yansurna,
Hmm.
Tansuru, Tansuri, Tansurna.
And what about the ana and nahnu versions?
Oh, because they are not, okay, I'm not looking down. That's why I stopped there.
No problem.
Ansura,
Yes.
Ansura,
Yes.
Nansura. The screen wasn't
Excellent.
open. Okay, let me
Okay.
try one time without looking.
Sure.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yansura,
Hmm.
Yansura, Yansuru,
Hmm.
Ya, Tansuru,
Tan
Tansura.
tansura. No u
Yeah,
here.
Tansura. Don't you do a little bit longer, Tansura?
No. I was saying the here version. You said tansuru.
Did I? Okay. Tansura, 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 tansuru, anta.
No. Wait. The first line is Hua version.
Yeah, I did it wrong. I did it wrong.
The
Okay.
here line is where
Yeah,
you are
I did it.
making.
I saw it. I did it wrong.
No
Okay,
problem.
I'll start over. Hova, Yansura, Yansura, Yansuru,
Excellent.
and Hiya, Tansura, Tansura, Tansurna. No, Yansurna, Yansurna, Yansurna,
Yes.
and then it is Anta, Tansuru,
Tansura.
Tansura, Tansura, and then Tansura, Tansura, and Tansurna,
No,
Tansurna.
Tansuru.
Yeah,
Sister,
yeah, I'm
why
not doing
don't
it
you
right.
try?
Can someone else do it? I'm not doing it right. I'll
No
let someone
problem.
else do it.
Yeah, no
I'll let
problem at
someone-
all.
Yeah.
Just keep on doing the chart again and
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
The problem is that in past tense it's easy because we only have the ending to remember. But in the present tense, not only the ending is changing, but also the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't practice with the light one also. So I think, and when I'm on the spot, it's even harder, but I didn't practice with the light one. So I'll let someone else do it.
Problem at
I'll let
all,
someone else do it.
inshallah. Okay, we'll do another word. Let's see. We'll do yatafarraqu. When we
I
make
will
it
try this.
light, sure. When we make it light, what will it be?
Yes, يتفرقا.
Yes, yatafarraqa. So now can you
Yeah.
do the conjugation?
Yes, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. يتفرقا يتفرقا يتفرقوا
Hmm?
تتفرقا تتفرقا يتفرقن
Yes.
تتفرقا
Hmm?
تتفرقا تتفرقوا
Hmm?
تتفرقي تتفرقي
Hmm?
تتفرقوا sorry
No.
تفرقا
Yes.
تتفرقن
Yes.
أتفرق نتفرق.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Please
So,
give me one too.
okay, sure. No problem at all. There are plenty of words where this came from. Let's see. We have yujahidu. So what will happen to it when it is
Yujahida.
okay? Yujahid.
Yujahida, yujahida, yujahidu. Tujahida, tujahidu.
No,
Yujahid.
tujahid.
Sorry. Tongue twister. Okay, I start
Yes.
again.
Okay.
Yujahida, yujahida, yujahidu.
Hmm.
Tujahida,
Hmm.
tujahida,
Hmm.
yujahidna.
Yes.
Tujahida,
Hmm.
tujahida,
Hmm.
tujahidu,
Hmm.
tujahidi, tujahida, tujahidna,
Yes.
ujahida, nujahida.
Excellent. Yes.
You gave me an easy one. Cheating.
Okay, I'll give you another one. Why don't you do this? Let's
Sister,
see.
what is the meaning of يتفرق?
Sorry.
What is the meaning of يتفرق?
I'll have to check. Faraka means to separate, and with the change in the family, the meaning also changes. So just let me check.
Okay.
So here is yes. this is, yes, Faraka Yafruqu is the F1 family, to separate, part, and divide. And Tafarraqa is family 5, to become separated,
Mhm.
to be separated, or scattered, or dispersed.
Mhm. So the meanings will change according to the families.
Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
very important, and this is something I have to learn too, because
Mhm.
I'm really, really weak in it.
I was
So,
just
Mhm.
thinking the same thing and like sighing. Are we? How will we manage to learn all the meanings?
the one of the tricks that I used was, and that's the only trick that I know, is have you listened to the hadith? خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه.
Yes, you told this last time. I mean,
Yes. So, Sister Fawzia, someone's in the group and she isn't being able to enter. Could you help her, please?
Okay, okay.
So, yes. So here, there we have two words, oops, and one is ta'allama,
Mm.
ta'allama al-Qur'ana wa 'allamahu. So the first one is family 5 word. This is to learn. The best of
yes.
you are those who learn Quran wa 'allamahu and then teach it. So 'allama is teach.
Mhm.
But what
So
about
in,
the other ones, other verbs?
yes, that's what I'm saying. Farraqa, the meaning of farraqa is, just a second. Yes, to separate, right?
Mhm. Mm.
To separate. But the meaning of tafarraqa is to be separated.
Mhm.
In a way, this is to be taught, right?
Mhm.
Learning is to be taught. You're learning from someone.
Mhm.
So these are the changes that happen, inshallah, when we reach to the
Be
family
maful,
in our,
right?
yeah, we
I
won't say
didn't.
maful. We won't say
Mm.
maful because this is active
Mm.
present tense. But yes, the meaning is, remember we did transitive and intransitive verbs.
Mhm.
Inshallah, when we reach there, we'll do some of
Mm.
the meanings and we'll do the transitive and intransitive in detail, inshallah.
Mm.
So then we'll be able to see what is the difference when the same root letters come in different families, how the meanings change,
Mhm. Inshallah. And one more,
inshallah.
sister. By taking the root letters, like for example, Faraha, we
Yes.
can conjugate all the families,
Yes,
like 2 to
technically
10.
we can have it from all the families, but
Mm.
that doesn't happen. In the Quran, only some root letters only come from some families, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'll show you like an app that we use, which is
Mhm.
Acorn.
Which one?
Acorn. I'm
Yeah.
going to share my screen with you so that I can show you that app. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Here. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You see this, let's see, we do mean here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what you see is alima, ain lam mim. So
Mm.
this comes from family 1.
Mm.
I'll write here so that you can see, just a second. Okay, so family 1, family 2, family 3, family 4, family 5, family 6, family 7, family 8, family 9, and family 10.
Mm.
Now, you see the green ones, this indicates that Ain Lam Mim in the Quran comes from these families,
Mm-hmm.
but it does not come from family 7, family 9, or family 10.
Mm-hmm. So they are meaningless.
Yes, so we won't even make them or conjugate them. The
Mm-hmm.
only things we are concerned with are these, the green ones.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from the whole Arabic. Even in the Quran, it's even less than this, right? So Allah Mia said, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Right? We made the Quran easy. So this is the way that Allah made it easier, that He used the least possible families to make the most possible sense. And that is one of the linguistic miracles of the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
So that depends. And for how do we know which family it comes from? There's another app. This is a dictionary, right? So what we do is that just we write Ain Lam Mim, we search for this, right? And here you can see this is, I'll just screen right to show you. Now this is the root letter Ain Lam Mim over here. Alima Ya'lamu, and this is family 1. So this is all, and this is the masdar ilman. Then these all the meanings here are all family 1 meaning, right? Then you find 2 here. You know the Roman 2? This is
Yeah.
family 2 meaning, starts from here. Allama.
Okay.
Then you see here, you don't have family 3 here. You only have family
Oh,
4 here.
acha,
Is
acha.
this the same app?
No,
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 this
this
is
is
different
another
app.
app. This is a dictionary, Hansware.
Yeah. Hansware, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then all the different words that come in the
Mm,
Quran from Ain
mm,
Lam Mim, this root letter, then you have
mhm,
their definition and how they come and all of that. So this,
What
so we
dictionary
know
is
that
this?
Ain Lam Mim, they come from
mm,
family 1,
mm,
family 2, family
mm,
4,
mm,
family 5, and
mm.
family 6.
Okay. Will you show the app of dictionary? It is really helpful.
Yes, it is. But Ustad hasn't done it with us yet, so that's
Mm,
why we haven't shared it like with everybody. So that
mm-hmm.
what this is the app. You see this
Which
Hansware
one?
the red on the bill.
Uh,
Let me show you. This one. This is Hansware.
uh-huh.
This is Acorn.
Mm,
Acorn is a paid app, right?
Yes, Acorn and Quran Arab. These three are paid apps.
Hansware too?
No, Hansware is free.
Oh.
This grammatical analysis app is also free, but this is in Arabic, so it's not useful right now. Even Quran Arab is in Arabic, but it is very simple Arabic, so it's easy to see. I'll show you the Quran Arab book as well. The app, this is the app, Quran Arab, which is very useful. So, for example, Alhamdu, right? We click on the
mm,
Alhamdu, and all of the grammatical details of Alhamdu come in front of us. Now, here you have Alhamdu. This is the sarf of it, right? It is with
mm,
al, then it
mm,
is mudakkar,
mm,
then it is mufrad singular,
mm,
right? Then it is proper,
mm,
right? Because it's an ism. So you have the 4 properties of it, right? This is a term that we haven't done yet, but Ustad did mention it once, but I'm not going to mention it right now because it's going to confuse you. This we haven't done yet. This we have, this is a masdar, right?
That is Hamida. What is that?
I
Ja.
Jamid. You haven't
Okay.
done this
Okay.
yet, so inshallah we'll,
Mm.
right? Okay,
Mm.
then we haven't done this as well, so we'll leave this. Now with the Nahu, you have Morab, meaning fully flexible.
Mm.
This is Mubtada. This is the subject, right? Then we haven't done this. We have done this. This is Marfu. It's in the Rafa status. Dhamma Zahira, we haven't done this. Dhamma means that Alhamdu has the Dhamma here. So that's how we know
This
it's
is in
Rafa.
the Rafa status with a showing a Dhamma.
Yes. So you see all the details that we've done, almost all of them are here. So in that sense, this app is really, really nice.
Sister, I can't see the bottom of this. Can you just yeah? So it is Dhamma Dahira. What is Dhamma Dahira?
That the Dhamma is clear, you can see the Dhamma at the end. Remember, in non-flexible, you can't see what the haraka is on the last.
Okay.
So here you can see it.
Sister,
The
what is
sign of
Marab?
status is a Dhamma.
Sister, what is Marab? FF.
Morab is fully flexible. Those words that change in all 3 statuses.
Yes.
So it's just the Arabic terminology for all that we have already done. But it is in Arabic. It's not in English. Right? I think it might be also in English. Just let me check. Here you have.
Can we
First,
have a
English
PDF? Is this a PDF available of this?
No, this is an app. I have no
Is
idea
it
if there
paid
is.
app?
Yes, it is paid app.
Okay.
Can you send us a link?
Sure, inshallah. I'll share the link in the group after the class, inshallah.
And does it also show like because I'm in another class and we are required to do more the full Arab. So does it show the connection of the ayah also?
No, it doesn't. This is
Okay.
only the word analysis.
Okay. If you have another app that we can do that, please share that.
Sure, inshallah.
Thank you.
But those apps are usually in Arabic. And the only where you can see in English that I know of, I personally know of, is the corpus site, Quran corpus site.
Okay.
Right?
And okay, that's for another. I don't. There might be some advanced student here also. The way that you went on the Arabic terms. So if sometime, if there are some other students also wanted, if you can let us help translate
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I have a glossary of terms in Arabic which have been translated in English, but they
Please
are
share.
too
Yeah.
fast. I'll try to get that message for you, but
Okay.
there are almost, I don't know, more than 80 words in that glossary because there are so many terms used in Arabic. But at least you'll have a reference.
Thank
But
you.
do not
Thank you.
get like, just remind me, inshallah, later.
Thank you.
Will
Yeah,
you
I don't
share
want
in
to
the
take.
group?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's do the lightest. The lightest one is where what happens is that whatever the changes that happen in the light, they will also happen here except one. Instead of nasab in these 5, we will put on, what will we put on? Sukoon, yes. So whereas over there it was from yansuru, it had become yansura in the light one. Here it became
Sur, yan sur.
yes, yansur. Okay, now let's do some of the words with the lightest chart. Yan, yuslim. Yuslim is the present tense. What will it be in the light form?
Yuslima.
And in the lightest,
Yuslim.
Yusl,
yes, in the lightest it will be yuslim. Okay, so can anybody do the conjugation for yuslim then?
Yeah, I will try, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yuslim, yuslima, yuslimu. Tuslim, tuslima, tuslimna.
Yuslimna.
Yuslimna. Tuslim, tuslima, tuslimu. Tuslimi, tuslima, tuslimna.
Yes,
Uslim, nuslim.
excellent. Okay, let's see. Kavita, you do this one. Yastaghfiru.
Okay, yes, taghfiru. The lightest, right?
Yes. What will it happen? What
Yes,
will be in the lightest?
yastaghfir.
Okay.
Yastaghfir.
Now do the conjugation now.
Yastaghfir. Yastaghfira. Yastaghfiru. Tastaghfir. Tastaghfir. Tastaghfira. Yastaghfarna.
Firna.
Tastaghfir. Yes, tastaghfirna. Tastaghfir. Tastaghfira. Tastaghfiru. Tastaghfiri. Tastaghfira. Tastaghfarna.
Firna. Firna.
Astaghfirna. Tastaghfirna. And astaghfir. Nastaghfir.
Yes. So just remember this fi remains fi in madare, right? If you do it fa, it will just cancel the whole word. It will make the whole word
I'm
wrong.
changing the haraka then. Right.
Yes,
Tastaghfirna.
because in
Yeah.
the past tense we have istaghfara, so that's why we revert back to the fatha when we're doing the fi'l mudari. So just remember that is the difference in the group 3 family, big family 8. Group number 3, in which we have the three families inqalaba, iqtaraba, and istaghfara. In the past tense, they are all around. And then in the present tense, iqtaraba becomes yaqtaribu, inqalaba becomes yanqalibu, istaghfara becomes yastaghfiru. So you have the e in the present tense. So that e should remain there in the present tense no matter it's normal or light or lightest. Okay?
So if E is present, it is active, present active. Yeah,
Yes.
E. Huh?
Yes.
For passive, sister.
Past. We'll do the passive right now. I just want to
Okay.
do a couple of words with the lightest, then we'll do the light and lightest with passives because we didn't do
Okay,
that
fine.
last.
Yeah. Yeah,
Walaikum salam.
Sister, I can do one word if
Sure.
because I'll read this time.
No problem at all. Okay,
I
let's
wanted to
do.
ask you
Uh-huh.
about this light and lightest. I missed one or two sessions before. How do we differentiate in this Yan Surah being lightest
Mm-hmm.
and
Then
lighter, the same format?
yes, number one is that either you have the light. Just a second, let me do
Light harf.
Either you have the light and the lightest harf. That is the first way to differentiate between those words that are same in both the conjugations. And the only the only letter that is common in both the light and lightest huruf is the li. You see here
Yeah.
li,
Yeah.
right? And then you see li here as well.
Yeah.
So the context will decide this and how it is
Okay.
being used. Like, for example, the lightest harf, you've got li, then you've got wal, and then you've got fal, right? Because
Yeah.
when we used to learn in Access, when we used to learn the lightest harf,
Yes.
we'd say in lam lamma wal falli,
Yes.
right? That's how we used to
Yeah.
remember these, because li becomes wal and fal as well.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Right, so this is one way, and especially the context and what meaning is fitting in that context, that will also help us decide whether it is a light harf or it is a lightest harf. And what we haven't done yet is one thing, that you see all these words, these letters, right? In, lam, lamma, li, these are whole topics by themselves. They have their own set of rules, how and when they come, what effect they have, and what effect they have on the meanings, right? So, inshallah, when we do advanced Nahu, all of these letters we will be studying in detail. For now, it is just enough for us to know that if a word is light or lightest, then one of these is the culprit that is making that happen.
Sister
Yeah.
Asfia,
Got it.
could you,
Exactly.
could, Sister Asfia, could you, if you think that it is okay,
Mhm.
if you can generally tell us that what kind of implication light and lightest tell in meaning, like I know you have to stress, it's some kind of stress, but in general terms, not for each word, if you can tell the implication of light and lightest.
L- The light and lightest, yes, there are a lot of implications basically, because each word is having an impact on what the sentence is, and there are conditional sentences, there are embedded sentences, then you've got uh, remember the compound ism that we did,
Mm-hmm.
un plus fail, light fail. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a compound ism, and that happens in many places in the Quran. So that's another implication of this. So these are all huge topics
Okay.
in
Okay.
on of itself. So for now, it's just enough for us to know the thing that you need to remember for now is which word makes the fe'le mudare light and which word makes the fe'le mudare lightest. Now, why does it do so? We will do in inshallah soon when we start sentences. Because if we, before starting sentences, these will not make sense,
Okay,
right?
okay, okay.
Inshallah.
I have one question from when Ustad explained the compound ism.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard it, but I'm not sure, I didn't catch it. That he said that in plus a fail is a compound ism, but in that case the in means two. But when it in can also means that, and I think I don't
No,
remember
no, no.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not in that makes the compoundism. It
no,
is un.
yeah, I'm confusing it. Un means two and that. So un plus the fail is compoundism. And un, when it means two, then it will make a compoundism with a fail. But when un mean, this I'm not sure that I remember correct or
No,
not. If no, no, the
it
other
was
thing,
between
just
Zalika.
No, just give me 1 second. What I'm unsure is that when un means that, uh, what I remember is that when un means that, then it doesn't make the compoundism. Is that right? I don't remember that. When un means that.
No, I saw the lecture, and I did not get when it wouldn't make the compound ism.
Because he just said un can mean that also. So I kind of missed that. Did he say that sentence that sometimes? So okay, the question general would be: does un always make a compoundism or not always? That's the question.
Yes,
I think, are you not confusing it with la of nahiya and la of nafiya? Are you not confusing it with that thing?
No.
We are talking about a different un here, the
Yes.
top one, the
Yes,
top in this
but
list.
inshallah, we'll go to the compoundism once we're done with the surf. But
Okay.
just keep this in mind that when un, which is the light harf, comes with a pele mudare, present tense fail in the light condition, then it will make a compound ism.
Okay, just if you can find out for me
I'll try.
does un always make a compoundism when it comes with a fail, or in some cases un doesn't?
To my limited knowledge, it does always make it. But
Okay.
inshallah, I'll go into
Okay.
the topic in the advanced Nahu section, and I'll try to get it for you if
Okay,
there is
thank you.
any next
Thank
step.
you. Thank you.
Inshallah. Okay. So now let's move on to what we were doing, and that was that now we do with this with the passive one. Okay, do we have the passive conjugation written somewhere? No, we don't have the passive conjugations written.
We don't have in this one.
Yes.
That
I'll
was a
just do the
separate
whiteboard
PDF.
then. Yes. Okay. So what we'll do is that Nasara was the active past tense. What would be the passive past tense?
Naswara yansuru.
Nusiru.
Yes, Nasara Yansuru. And in the passive form, would it be Nusira?
Nusira.
And what will be the present tense passive?
Yunsaru.
Yes, Yunsaru. Right? So
Yes.
what is now concerning us is Yunsaru. So I'll try to write the conjugation of Yunsaru. Yunsaru. Yunsara.
Yunsaru.
Yunsaru.
Tansuru.
Tunsaru.
Yeah. Tunsuru, sorry. Tunsuru. Tunsura.
Tunsara.
Okay, Tunsara.
Then
And Yansaru.
no.
Yunsaru.
Yes.
Yunsaru.
Yunsarna.
Yes. Okay, I wouldn't. I'll be quiet.
No problem at all. Look, the more mistakes we make, the more
Yeah.
we learn.
Okay.
That is my motto. And
Yeah.
everybody knows that how many mistakes I might make, especially when typing. So,
Okay.
but I still go on.
Okay,
Okay, so
Tansuru
then,
again. Okay, Anta is Tun Saru.
yes.
And then tun sara.
Yes.
Okay. Tun sar. Tun sar.
Okay,
Tun
we
sar.
were doing, actually what we were doing is wrong, because we are doing the normal one. So we will have
Oh, okay. We are confused with. Okay,
yes.
I'm confusing. Confusing. You are not. Okay.
No, I forgot to. So it will be.
Yeah, I was about to tell.
Oh, why didn't you tell? You
And
are.
I was thinking, what is going on? I don't get it.
Okay. I'll let you teach and not try to get.
No. You
Okay,
go
thank
on. This
you.
is
No, it's
practice.
not because of
How
no.
we practice. Yeah, even I missed. Even I missed. So
Okay.
it's not because of
Okay.
you.
So then it is anta, anti, tun, Sarina,
Yes.
Sarina. Okay, then tun sa sarani. Then it
Yes.
should be fatha there, sarani,
Yes.
and then tun sa rinna. I think rinna.
No.
Okay,
Tun
tell
sar.
me.
Tun sarna.
Sarna. Tun
Okay.
sarna.
And then
Okay, then it is Antiu and un. 1 minute. Un sir. No, I'm again
saru.
making my zoom. Unsaru. Okay,
Yes.
unsuru, and then it is easy. Nansaru.
No,
Nansaru.
non saru.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay.
remember,
Okay.
no
Yeah.
problem at all. Just remember that in
Mhm.
passive present tense, the combination that you need to keep in each word is u and a.
Yeah, I know that, but when doing on the spot, when doing it by myself, I can do it, but here I kind of forget.
No problem at all. No problem at all. And this is, inshallah, this will remain with you and you'll remember this. So, inshallah, it will reduce the mistakes that we make, inshallah. Right? Okay.
Okay,
Now, if,
don't erase it. Let me take a picture. Okay.
sure. No problem at all.
Thank you. Got it.
Okay. So, this is the passive present conjugation. Now, it's in front of you.
Please read it. Please read it in a flow because we were making so many mistakes. Read it
Sure.
one time.
It's yunsaru, yunsarani, yunsaruna, tunsaru, tunsarani, yunsarna, tunsaru, tunsarani, tunsaruna, tunsarina, tunsarani, tunsarna, unsaru, nunsaru.
Sfiaji, can I read it with the pronouncements, like how the Naman says to read it?
Yes, please.
Huwa yansuru, huma yansurani, hum
And the passive,
yuns.
Rafiqa, passive.
Yeah, okay, sorry. So huwa yunsaru, huma
Yeah.
yunsurani, hum yunsaruna. Hiya
Yunsaruna.
tunsaru, hum yunsaruna. Hiya
Yes.
tunsaru, huma tunsarani, hunna yunsarna. Anta tunsaru, antuma tunsarani, antum tunsaruna, anti tunsarina, antuma tunsarani, antunna tunsarna, ana unsaru, nahnu nunsaru.
Excellent. Okay, so now comes the difficult part. Now we have to make this light.
1 minute, Sister Asfia. Just keep the screen. Let us
Yes,
see
yes.
that where only in Tansarina there is a kasra on Ra. Is that right? Is there any other, where else it is a
No,
fatha on
one
a
thing,
Ra,
yes,
right?
one point to remember is that the in passive present tense, the U sound will always be on the first letter, right? The alif, noon, ya, ta. The letters of mudare in the beginning, they will have dhamma. The U sound will be on the first letter. The A sound will be on the second last letter, not the last letter.
No, I'm talking when it is like tan sarina, because it is ina at the end, then ra gets
Yes.
kasra, and then I'm saying with una, obviously ra gets dhamma, and everywhere else it is mostly it is fatah, but somewhere it is
Yes. The
kasra. Yeah.
thing with this is the last letter will always have different harakas based on what is being added to it.
Yeah.
So for instance, if ani is being added, then a ra will have fatha so that it becomes rani. If it's una, then a ra will have dhamma, so it becomes runa, right? Then with na, we know in past tense as well as in present tense, when noon niswa comes, the last letter of the verb before it has sukoon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And where there is no ending, like in yun saru or tun saru or tun saru or un saru or nun saru, the last letter, which is ra in this case, has dhamma. So these are the combinations that you need to see in your mind, and you make them like remember I gave the conjugation exercises, and it was a long document with all the 14 families, and I only did one of the families to show how to do the rest. So I was making the key for it, and the more I did it, the more I saw a pattern in the change. So, for example, in Pele Mudare, in the normal condition, when we do Yansuru, then you have Yansuru, Yansura, Yansurani, Yansuruna, right? The three yas come together. Then you have two tas coming, Tansuru, Tansurani, and then one more ya comes, Yansurna. So you've got four letters with the ya beginning. Then you've got 8 of the forms with ta, one with a, and one with na. So the more you write it down, the more you practice, the more patterns you'll see, and then you won't forget where to bring the ya, uh, that we are having ya, then out of the blue ta starts, then again ya starts, then again ta starts. So how to remember this? So you have to make your own pattern, you have to make your own way of learning, and that is only possible if you practice daily or if you write daily. Just do one conjugation, one word, for example fataha, and do all the conjugations with it in one day if possible, or in 2 days, divide it down. But the more you write, the more you will remember. So, and if your present tense, active present tense conjugation is weak, what that means is then your passive present tense will be weak, your light active and lightest active will be weak, light passive and lightest passive will be weak, then your commanding fail and forbidding fail will be weak, because you make them from the present tense. So it is very, very important to remember the active present tense conjugation and the passive present tense. This conjugation that you have on the screen right now, this and the active one, these two should be just, you can even tell someone in your sleep. That's how good these should be. And one of the only ways for me is writing. So the more I write, the more I learn. So inshallah, we'll do a few words with the passive.
Sister, here kasra is not there.
Sorry,
For
Beta.
active, kasra is not there. As you told before, kasra should be there for active present tense.
Yes, but this is passive present tense, right?
This is okay. So for passive, there should be u,
Ah,
ah.
yes.
Okay.
U on the first
Ustad
letter.
Junaid could tell us to remember
And
this as rhyming buka. You say buka, and that's how you can remember
Huh?
it.
I
Combination for fast.
How it
exactly.
is?
Bu-
The other one would go he would say you can rhyme it with cookie. So that was an easy way to remember the two passive ones. And we did lots of writing exercises for lots of verbs that were given an access, and that really made it strong.
Yes, and I've given the exercise. Inshallah, I'll post it in the group again. You print it out or you do it on the computer if possible, and you do all the charts that are in that file. Inshallah, I'll share it. I'm preparing the key for it. I am at family 5, or yes, I'm at family 5 right now, and only 4 more families left. Inshallah, I'll post the key with it so you can have a self check uh, document with you as well. Okay, so this is very important. Your past and past active and past passive, present active and present passive. I cannot stress enough that how important these 4 conjugations are if you want yourself to be strong, inshallah. So yunsaru, then we'll do the passive present tense with yatafarraqu.
Sister here. In
Yes,
Yunsaru, we can make this for active present tense. How can we make this? What will be the term for active present tense?
we will have this is yunsaru, so we will
Yeah.
make it yansuru.
Yansuru.
Yes,
Yansuru is active.
yes, and yunsaru is passive.
The interchange of this thing. That's all. Yansuru.
Yes.
What about kasra? You told something kasra like that.
No, that
Uh,
was this. I wasn't kasra. It was the
uh,
dots of the ya, and I just made a line for it. I'm sorry. Yan, yun, saru. This is the passive.
Okay.
Everyone has this,
No,
or
I think the confusion here is that when you are making from past to present, then you place kasra. So maybe the confusion is there.
Yeah, so I am a little bit confused here. Will you please just repeat this once again? Like past passive and past active, present passive and present. What is the difference between these?
I think your confusion is that when from the past passive you are when you're making from the past active to past passive, first you make
Yeah.
put a kasra on the middle root letter, and then you put ooze, so you're confusing that with the present tense.
okay. Here, let's see. This is past
Like
active.
from Nasira, try to make a past passive. The confusion is there.
So active,
1 minute, let me
present,
see.
yes. Active,
Nasara Yansuru.
present, yes. This
Okay.
is the active one, right? The one we learned that we have Nasara and Yansuru. So this we know that in the active family 1 combination, Nasara will always have Yansuru as its Fele Mudari. Now, when we do the passive forms of these verbs, the passive pattern which we call is U plus E, right? So Nasara, what we do is the first letter becomes U and the second last letter, which is the second
Mm.
last letter here?
Swad.
Yes, that gets the E.
Mm.
The last letter remains the same.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so it is nusira
Mm-hmm.
in past. This is
Mm.
past, right?
Mm.
And if there are more than before Swad, if there are more letters, everything is going to get U.
Yes,
If
we
there are
did
additional
this.
letters, yeah.
Yes, we did this
What?
in. I'll do the big eight families as well.
Okay.
Then here, when we have
Mm.
passive
Mm.
pattern in present tense,
Mm.
it will always be U and A.
Mm.
Now these patterns will remain the same in all the families.
Mm-hmm.
So just we need to remember these patterns. And here you've got Ya, Noon, Saad, and Ra. You've got 4 letters. So the
Mm.
first letter was Fatha here, and here
Mm.
it will become U,
Mm-hmm.
right? The
Yeah.
second letter will remain the same.
Mm.
The second last letter is Saad here, which will be given a Fatha, and the last
Okay.
letter will remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
So from Yansuru, you've got Yunsaru.
0. Okay. That is U. And that is A. U. For active present, it will be A. U.
Ua.
For active, it is A. U. Yansuru.
Oh,
A
yes.
plus U.
Yes, yes. Au.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And in active past tense, it is A only fathahs.
Only Fathas. This is for family 1 we are discussing, and only for
Mm.
this family in family 1,
Mm-hmm.
right? For
Mm.
example, I'll show you. Okay. Here, family 1, you
Mm.
have Fataha,
Mm.
Yaftahu.
Mm.
So Fataha would become, what will it
Yaftahu.
become in passive? No, no,
Futiha.
no. In,
Futiha.
Futiha.
yes, U,
Mm.
E,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And past tense,
Yuftahu.
yes.
It is
So you
U.
see here, you already had the where you
Mm.
wanted it, but you didn't have the Dhamma. So the only
Mm-hmm.
thing you changed was the Dhamma, because you need this combination, U and
Mm-hmm.
A,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then you have
Mm.
Daraba,
Yadrabu.
Yadribu.
Yadribu,
Yadribu.
right? So here it
Mm.
becomes OE. So you
Mm.
have
Duri.
Duriba.
Mm.
Here
Yudrabu.
you have here A and E. So you need to change both of them. So
Mm.
what will you have? You'll have
Yudrabu.
Yadrabu.
Yudrabu.
Yudrabu.
Yudrabu. Exactly. So you need to see what you have to change.
Mm-hmm.
Then Nasara, which we did, and you
Mm.
have Yansuru.
Suru.
Mm.
So this becomes Nusira because OE, right?
Mm. Mm.
And
Yunsaru.
over here you have Fatha and you've got Dhamma, which you both need to change. So
Mm.
U Yunsaru.
Mm.
So it's not that everything will be the same always. What you need to do the same is in present passive,
Mm.
you need to put the U-A combination in play.
Who are combination in present passive.
Present passive.
Okay.
ue in past passive,
Mm.
and in present passive. Now, this was for
Mm.
family one, where you had a very minimum number of letters. Let's
Mm.
go to the bigger families.
Mm.
Okay, now with bigger families, we'll do group wise. Again, make it
Mm.
organized, the process that will make it easier to remember. So in the
Mm.
big 8 families, we have 3 groups. So group 1
Mm.
has family
Allama.
2,
Mm.
Allama,
Mm.
Yuallimu.
Mm.
Now again in Allama would become, we need the UE sound.
Mm.
So
Ullima.
Ullima. And here
Mm.
you already have the U, but you have
Mm.
the E here. So the only thing
Mm.
you need to change is
Mm.
Yuallamu.
You. Listen.
Right? You
Mhm.
needed the
Mhm.
U-A combination. U was
Mhm.
already present in the active form, so you didn't need to do anything. The only
Mhm.
thing you needed to do was change this kasra to a
Mhm.
fatha,
Okay. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Then with
Mhm.
family 3, you had jahada,
Mhm.
yujahidu. So jahada became
Mhm.
juhida, U-E sound. But
Mhm.
because if you had written it like this, now
Mhm.
we need the UE sound. So then what would have happened? U,
Mhm.
E. But how
Ah.
could you write? Juahidu, it didn't make
Mhm.
sense and it was not
Mhm.
flowing, right? Which is very
Mhm.
important to the recitation of the Quran. So what they
Yeah.
did was, because you already had the Dhamma, so they
Mhm.
changed the alif with a wow.
Wow.
So from Jahada, it became Juhida.
Mhm.
And then again, you needed U and A for the
Mhm.
passive. You already have the U. So you have it Yuja. And the only thing you need to change is
Mhm.
the on the second last letter.
Mhm.
So from Yujahidu, it became Yujahadu.
Mhm. So if E kasra is there, it is active form. In you allimu like that, you allimu yujahidu.
Yes,
Hmm? If kasra is there, it is active. If fatah is there, it is passive.
yes.
That is only difference. Okay. So what I understood here is, in any word, I mean in the words of these families, if UE is there, it is active form.
In these 3 families, yes.
Hmm? UE is there, it is
Yes,
active sentence. You are is there, it is passive present tense.
yes. You or U in the beginning, because you might have ta in the beginning, a in the beginning, or na in the beginning. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, so U in the beginning, the first letter will be U, and the second last letter will be A, that will be passive,
Mm-hmm.
no matter
Okay.
what the family.
Okay. Okay. Good.
If you do not have this combination of UA, you might have
Mm,
UE, you might have
mm,
AE, you might have
mm,
AA,
mm.
any other combination, they're all active. Only
Okay.
one combination is passive, and that
Mm,
is U in the beginning
mm,
letter and
mm.
A on the second last letter of the word.
Okay. That's okay. 1 minute, I will write it.
Yes.
U in the beginning.
Letter on the beginning letter
Mm,
and A on the second last letter of the present tense.
mm. And the second last letter. Okay, sister.
Right? Then here you have aslama, yuslimu, right? So aslama, how will you make OE sound in here? It will be us,
Muslimu.
Uslimo.
uslima.
Uslima.
Past
Muslima,
tense
yes.
can never be uslimu. It will always have fatha in the end on the huwa version.
Okay.
And yuslamu, you already have the u of the passive, but you need to change this. So it will be
Yuslamu.
Yuslamu.
Excellent. Yuslamu. This is group 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can I change this and do the other group?
Yes, yes, Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Now we do group 2, big 8 families. So group 2 has 2 families, F5, which is tafarraqa, yatafarraqu,
Raku.
right? So now in the passive form, in the past tense, we want UE. So the first letter,
Tufurriku.
yes,
Tufurriku.
tufurriqa.
Yeah,
Furrika.
tufurrika. Yeah, tufurrika.
Last letter will not change.
Yeah,
Why
tufurrika.
two?
Okay?
We have put two Rafa here.
Yes.
Two.
Yes, it will be U-U-U-E.
Why?
So, yeah, so for the other
Because
one, it is yutufarraku. Only
if any letter has jazm, that jazm will remain. Jazm will not change. But any other haraka before the second last letter in past tense will become dhamma.
All the letters.
All the letters before the second last letter.
Okay.
Here is tasdeed, right? Rise twice. So still that is 2 times there.
Yes, you won't open the shadda
Okay.
because shadda is the marker. If you lose the shadda, then you lose the family.
Okay.
And then here, the first letter is A. So you change it to U.
You.
Yutafarriqu.
Yutafarraqu. This will remain the same because it is already A here.
so only in 2 families we only they are fatah families, so we don't have to change in the 2 families. Yeah, the sala and this.
Yes. Then we have 6. Ta'awana.
Yata'awan.
Yata'awanu. Yes. So what happens is, again,
Tu u
Tu'uvina.
vana. Tu u vina.
Tu'uvina.
yes.
Tu'uvina.
So
Because
so alif.
again,
We have to remove the alif.
yes.
Yeah.
Tu'uvina. Now you have, yes.
Yuta'awanu.
So
Yeah.
you only need to change the first to you, and the rest will remain the same because you have already the fatha there. So you have to see the word itself. Do not make
Mhm.
some rules in your mind and then go
Mm,
again accordingly. No.
mm,
First, look
mm,
at the word, the letters, what is
mm,
happening on the first letter, what is
mm.
happening on the second last letter, and then change it accordingly.
Acha, acha. The basic thing is we have to see the second last letter and the
Yes,
first letter.
yes.
Okay, in all the letters.
In the Hua versions, yes.
Yeah. Mm,
We'll also do the ones with the others so that you know how to make it.
mhm,
We'll practice this as long as it takes. We are in no hurry. We'll
mm.
continue this even tomorrow. We've only got 15
Okay.
minutes for today. So we'll
Mm,
continue this tomorrow as well until and unless everybody is comfortable with the
mm,
passive forms.
mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's do the family group 3.
And do we need to memorize the masdar and all that too?
When we come to the families, there is a trick to learning the families. You do not need to memorize the whole family. The
Mhm,
only thing you need to memorize is the active past tense,
mm,
the
Hmm.
active present tense, and the
mm,
masdar.
Hmm. Masdar.
Just 3 words. If you
mm,
know them by heart without making a mistake, then
And
mhm,
what
I
about the
can,
file and ismo file?
I'm telling you, then I can
Okay.
guarantee it that you will know how to make all the other words without memorizing.
mm.
Okay.
And inshallah, when we come to the families, the way Ustad made us learn the process, that's how we'll do it again, inshallah.
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 Okay, so now group 3, we know has 3 families, F7, right?
Mm,
F7
mm,
is in Qalaba,
mm.
Yan kalibu.
Yan Qalibu. Okay. Now, how do we make the passives of this?
Un
We
un
don't
kuli
make.
ba.
Mm,
Kuli ba. First we put on the second last letter E,
Okay.
Doesn't this
kasra,
family have
and all the other get dhamma. The beginning ones, the beginning before
Your
that
process is completely correct, but the problem is
is
that
the first one stays. Yeah, the first one, the alif will have there.
no,
That is kasra.
Fazia, F7 family does not have passives.
Yes, 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 yes.
Today I didn't get tricked.
Yes, I know.
Yes, yes,
And this
yes,
was my personal peeve. Like,
yes,
as
yes.
far as doing the recognition exercises, I kept on making passives for Inqalaba.
mm,
So, yeah, so here we do not have Inqalaba passives. So, one headache gone, right?
Okay.
We
Yeah,
don't
I
have to
think,
deal with.
and I was making one more mistake when you said no. I was trying to, I was wrong again by if it was passive also like Aktaraba, the
Hmm,
Alif also does get a Dhamma. Because
yes.
you said no, I kind of got confused and I thought it's gets Kasra. So
Oh, no,
Alif,
no, no, no.
like
Yeah.
Asfiya,
for
we
the
didn't
first,
do the
yeah.
Karuma family, right?
No, we didn't do the Karuma family because Karuma family has no passives.
Okay. Yes.
So now
Two
Iktaraba.
families, yes.
Yeah,
Two families
Iktaraba.
don't have passives. Karuma family doesn't have passives, and the Inqalaba family doesn't have passives.
But remember, Karuma family has ism file, like what is not ism file? What is it called? Like Kareem is called ism sifa. Ism sifa.
But that
Yeah.
isn't Ismi Maful, or so it
No, it is
doesn't.
not. But that's the difference. But because it has ism like ism sifa instead of masdar. That masdar, right? Do I remember right?
Yes. But that is with the masdar. What we
Yeah,
are
masdar,
doing
with
right
masdar.
for
Yeah.
now, we have to remember the passive. So
Yeah.
with the family one, in the small 6 families in the family one family, the Karuma family does not have passive forms or ismi maful. Similarly, in the big 8 families, group 7, family 7, group 3, family 7 does not have passives. Okay, so we'll erase this and we'll do the family 8. So we have a little more room.
Asfia, also in family 9, there are no passives, right?
Yes, I think so too. I don't remember family 9 at all, which was
Colors,
a long
basically.
time. But yes, I believe that there won't be any passives in family 9.
Yes, it is the family of colors and this thing, huh?
Exactly. You can't have the passives in that.
It doesn't
Yes,
have any.
exactly. Okay, so family 8. اقترب
يقترب.
Okturiba, right?
قريبة.
يقترب. Okay, now what we do in passive past is we need the OE sound. So we will change
Okturiba.
O. Qaf has jazm, so it will remain the jazm. Then we have before the second last letter we have ta, so that will also take dhamma, and the second last letter will have kasra. The last letter remains the same. So it will be. Sorry, is someone saying something?
No.
Okay. So from iqtaraba you have uqturiba. Then again,
يقترب.
yes, you have this to change here because it is ya. Then you have kasra here. This you also have to change. So in this case, the whole word will change in the sense that both the first letter will have changed to you, right? Then ra will have the second last letter is ra. So that will have the fatha. So from yaqtaribu, it will be yuqtarabu. Okay, this is clear?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Okay, now let's do the last family. Then we'll wrap it up. Inshallah, we'll do the light versions of the passive tomorrow with a little more practice, inshallah. So we have istaghfara,
يستغفر.
yastaghfiru.
Is this family 10 we are doing now?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Family 10. Jazakallah. Then you have yastaghfiru. Again, past.
Ustughfira.
يرى.
Ustughfira.
Yes.
Ustughfira.
Ustughfira.
Yustaghfaru.
يستغفر. نعم.
I'm sorry. Too many words, too many letters. Yastaghfaru. Yastaghfaru. Ua. So for practice, what you can do till tomorrow, if you can do the passive past and present of all the families today, just write it down so that inshallah it will be a little more practice, and then we can just start with the light and the lightest forms of passive tomorrow, inshallah, and do practice with it.
Okay, inshallah. Jazakallahu khair, sister. Whatever the your valuable work time you have given.
Alhamdulillah.
Can somebody
May
write it
Allah
on the
bless you.
Yes, Kavita?
Can somebody write it on the group? Fauziya?
What?
I'm just completing the key, inshallah. So you'll have everything on the key. So it'll
Oh,
just take me till tomorrow, because it's really, really slow work typing in Arabic.
no,
So
nobody's in
it
rush.
No,
takes a
after
lot of
practicing,
time.
we can post in the group, right?
Yes,
It
yes,
is better. It is like encouragement.
yes, of course. And you
Just
can
for
have it
Hua
checked.
version or all the family?
If possible for all the families, you can take your time till tomorrow, no problem at all. Do it as easily as you can. It's just personal practice. That's why the more practice you make, the more you will find it easy later on, right? So no matter if you do only 2 families or 3 families, the best is, and I wish that you do all the families, but at least 4 or 5 families you should do to get the hang of how, because we did only the Hua versions, right? We didn't do all the other versions with this. So
Mm.
we need practice in that as well.
Mm.
Inshallah, we'll do all the other versions tomorrow. Again, we'll start with the passive tomorrow.
Okay, inshallah.
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 Jazakallah khair,
Jazakallah.
sister. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah, you are making it easy
Waya.
for us. Otherwise, it's so confusing.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, and hopefully we retain this, and inshallah, Allah put barakah in our learning, and
Ameen. Ameen.
barakah in our sincerity and our ease, inshallah.
Barakallah
So we'll
feek,
just read.
Shafia. The time that you're giving us and all this knowledge that you're giving, may Allah really bless you and your family. I was just thinking when we were doing access, our TAs used to give us this time and reinforce whatever was done in class. You're just,
Alhamdulillah,
Allah bless you.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen wa iyyak. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. So inshallah, see you all tomorrow, same time after the session, inshallah.
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 Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.